Hello students, welcome to my lecture. Today I am going to talk about the introduction of environment. So these are the contents of today's lecture. Let's start with the concept of environment. The word environment derived from the French word environment. It means to encircle or to surround the condition. When we talk about the word environment, the first thing which comes in our mind is surrounding. Next, if we talk about the word surrounding, then we have to think about what are the things present in our surrounding area. Because our surrounding is made of two types of component. One is physical component, another is biological component. So environment is defined as the interaction or interrelationship between the physical and biological components. Physical component includes non-living component which are present in our surrounding area but they are non-living, such as sunlight, temperature, air, water, nutrient, soil, etc. On the other hand, biological component includes all living components which present in our surrounding areas. It includes all form of living beings. It may be plants, it may be animals, it may be human beings. It means all form of living being. And the interaction between these living and non-living component design a model of environment. So this is a model of environment. In this structure you can see water, air, soil and material. These are the non-living components, and at the center living being is the biological components. And all these components in a bidirectional arrow, they are interrelated, interconnected with each other. So in simple means you can check water is connected with air, water is connected with material, water is connected with living being, water is connected with soil. In a similar way, each and every air, soil, material, living being, all are interconnected with each other. So this type of structure is known as model of environment. Next, come to the next part, the segments of environment. When we talk about the word segments, it means the divisions of environment. Broadly, there are 4 segments of environment. These segments are atmosphere, hydrosphere, lithosphere and biosphere. So we will discuss one by one each and every sphere. Let's come to the first segment, that is known as atmosphere. Okay, atmosphere. Whenever we talk about the word atmosphere, it simply means the sphere of air. This sphere deals with air. And as we studied earlier, the air is defined as the mixture of gases. In air, a variety of gases are present. Some gases are major gases, some are minor gases, and rest of the gases are trace gases. So major gases are nitrogen, oxygen, argon with the composition of 78%, 21% and 0.9% respectively. Minor gases are CO2, neon, helium, and trace gases are ammonia, H2S, xenon, krypton, etc. In simple means, major gases play an important role in the composition of atmosphere, while the trace gases, those who are contributing minimum in the composition of air. But if we talk about what is atmosphere exactly, so atmosphere means a protective blanket of all these gases which is surrounding the earth, and these gases protect the earth from outer cosmic radiations, the hostile environment of outer space, which means these gases somehow somewhere protect all the living and non-living components that exist on our nature. The atmosphere absorbs IR radiations which are emitted by sun and re-emitted from the earth, and thus control the temperature of earth, which means this earth system is very important to maintain the heating balance of earth, and it acts as a source of CO2 for plant, which is very important raw material in photosynthesis, and they also release O2 for the respiration of living organisms. These gases is present in atmosphere a source of nitrogen for the nitrogen fixing bacteria and ammonia producing plants. The atmosphere also transport water from ocean to land. Atmosphere is mobile, elastic, compressible and expansible. Thus, this environment maintains the overall heat system of Earth system. Come to the part composition of atmosphere. In this slide, you can check the composition of different gases present in air. The major is nitrogen, that is maximum contribution 78%. Later on, oxygen 20.9%, argon 0.9%, carbon dioxide 0.03%, and so on. The major, minor and trace gases are present in this manner. And in this structure you can check the nitrogen, oxygen, argon in the form of pie chart. This is a tabular representation and this one is pie chart representation of composition of atmosphere. Now, next to the important part, structure of atmosphere. When we talk about the word structure, it simply means the layers of atmosphere, and these layers are based on the temperature variation. These layers are troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere and thermosphere. After the thermosphere, all the region commonly known as exosphere, and this word exo means outside. Okay. Now we will discuss all the layers. Number one is troposphere. It is the first layer of atmosphere and its altitude ranges from 0 to 11 kilometers and the temperature varies from 15 degrees Celsius to minus 56 degrees Celsius. So this is the lowest part and the part that we live in. It contains most of our weather, clouds, rain, snow, etc. In this part of atmosphere, the temperature gets colder as the distance above the earth increases by about 6.5 degrees Celsius per kilometer. That's why temperature varies from 15 degrees Celsius to minus 56 degrees Celsius, which means the temperature is inversely proportional to its altitude. Right? It contains about 75% of all the air in the atmosphere and almost all of the water vapor. The decrease in temperature with height is a result of decreasing in pressure, which means in this layer, the temperature is decreasing because of the decrement in the pressure. As we move upward, the pressure also decreases, which support the decrement of temperature as we move from bottom to top. If the parcel of air moves upward, it expands. When it expands, it cools. So higher air is cooler than the lower air. The top of the troposphere is called tropopause. So this margin, this layer is known as tropopause. And this tropopause separates the troposphere and the stratosphere. Come to the next layer of atmosphere, stratosphere. This is the second layer of atmosphere. And again, as I told you, the difference between these layers on the basis of the temperature and altitude. Its altitude extends from 11 kilometers to 50 kilometers and temperature ranges from minus 56 degree to minus 2 degrees Celsius. It simply indicates here in this layer the temperature is increasing from bottom to top, and this indicates temperature is directly proportional to its altitude. It contains much of the ozone in the atmosphere. The increase in temperature with height occur because of the absorption of UV radiation. Because in this layer, the temperature is increasing. Now, why temperature is increasing? Temperature is increasing because of the presence of ozone. Ozone absorbs harmful UV radiations from the sun, and the temperature in stratosphere are highest over the summer pole and lowest over the winter pole. By absorbing dangerous UV radiations, the ozone in the stratosphere protects us from skin cancer and other health damage. So ozone is very important in this layer. It protects us from the harmful UV radiations. But no doubt, these UV radiations slightly increase the temperature of stratosphere. This layer is also known as ozonosphere because of the presence of ozone at this zone. Next is mesosphere. The region above the stratosphere is called mesosphere. So it is the third layer of atmosphere and its altitude extended from 50 to 80 kilometers, and the temperature ranges from -2 degree to -92 degrees Celsius. Again, the temperature is inversely proportional to its altitude, and this decrement in temperature is only because of the two main reasons. Number one, the atmosphere in a major sense gets heated from the bottom. Direct heating from the sun is rather low relative to the surface heating. Since mesosphere is far away from the surface, the heating is rather low. Next point, the next reason because of the decrement in temperature, mesosphere has lots of radiative. That's why this mesosphere is the coldest layer of atmosphere, and the margin which separate mesosphere and thermosphere is known as mesopause. Next layer is thermosphere. As the name indicates, thermo, which means the hottest layer of atmosphere. It is located above the mesopause. Its altitude extended from 80 kilometers to 500 kilometers. Temperature ranges from -92 degree to 1200 degrees Celsius, and it simply indicates temperature is directly proportional to its altitude, which means as we go upward, temperature also increases. Now the question is why the temperature increases at this thermosphere? It is only because of the absorption of energetic UV and X-ray radiation from the sun. And since the energetic solar radiations knock electrons off molecules and atoms during them and turns the ion with a positive charge. This layer is also known as ionosphere because of the presence of free ions, positively charged ions in this layer. In this layer, the density of gases go very low and the pressure is also very low. Next part is exosphere. The outermost layer of atmosphere, it extends above the 550 kilometer or thousands of kilometers. And the gases are very sparse in this sphere due to lack of gravitational force. Density is again very less. Only helium and hydrogen are found in this layer. And this is a region where a satellite orbit area of the Earth are frequently found in that area. Thank you. Students, I hope you understand the concept of structure of atmosphere. In next lecture, we will talk about the hydrosphere and lithosphere. Thank you very much.